what's you'd say the best ways in which you help people?
Right now, it's education mixed with experience. So holistic health coaching, which is more of a new term for a lot of people, which is that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm not really familiar with it. I mean, I understand the words put together, but I hadn't heard of it.
The holistic health coaching is going to be more looking at a person's whole, not just their fitness in the sense of physicality, but their fitness mentally, their fitness spiritually, and what those things can look like through a program that allows you to level up. How you can do a holistic health coaching program from person to person can be, where do you start at? Do you start with the spiritual? Do you start with the mind? Do you start with the emotions? Do you start with the food and the physical aspects? Each person's ready for a different start point. And for me, I just really push on the idea of start points is when people are ready for physical changes, and then I work with them from that readiness point. And from there, they still have to walk through those gates of change when it comes to mind, body, and spirit to be able to make those physical changes actually happen.
So do you help them with their diet as well?
I start with diet, actually.
Okay.
So if you wanted me to go over what the 8-week program that I do looks like, or what's...
Sure. I'm interested in those things.
So since I've taken the process of moving all that space from this really grand moment of owning a gym, that's all this space and all this energy, and then really bringing it down to a small space, it's hyper-focused on your health, which is the 8-week program. The first week we do all fruits and vegetables, and the second week we do adding in proteins and starches, and the third week we add in nuts and oils, and the fourth week we add in some fitness and posture for digestion.
What does posture for digestion mean? Just like literally your posture, how you...
Yeah, because if you're sitting, in a bad position, I say bad position, in a relaxed position, then you can actually, it's a lymphatic system, it's a plumbing system, you can pinch and crimp things, and so you actually can lose some of that flow, that fluidity inside your body and your cardiovascular system and your plumbing system, your intestines and stuff like that as well. So if we can kind of open that up, it actually helps a lot with being able to rest and digest, because sitting in a kind of a slump position where your body's holding on for dear life is not actually a real rest position.
That makes sense.
And so we worked from that space. But each of those things, week 5 and 6, are adding in grains and seeing how those grains are affecting or not affecting the body.
Because some people can be sensitive to grains, right?
And some not.
Yeah. So that's why you start and you introduce things as you move on, and then if you see something that's not working for that person, then remove it.
That's kind of the base level aspect of what I am looking at. Yes. There is also so many, that's more of the physical aspect. So if we look at the mind and the spirit aspect of it, you're also working through the physicality is like, I feel better from eating fruits and vegetables and not eating like a lot of sugar and caffeine and other things that might be desensitizing your body. It gets you back in your body. More spirit aspect of it. I can feel my body more. Awesome. There's an opening right there. Their mind is like doing something consistently with some type of discipline for a week takes a lot of effort to understand your mental, like why you don't or do want to do those things. Doing anything that's simple consistently in a very complex day in a complex world takes some digging in. And so not only are they working on the physical aspect of how food is actually affecting them, just being able to do that mentally is something that you do for 7 days as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's very rewarding if they're able to stick to it.
For themselves.
Yeah, it gives them like more confidence and stuff like that.
They're experiencing, we talked a little bit earlier about education and experience being a holistic program that I teach. I don't want people just to come to an 8-hour seminar or 8 sessions or like my 8-week program and hear a bunch of information and leave with no application or experience from that. And so I had to figure a way to split that up so that way people can hear the education, experience it, and that way I'm not just telling them how they're going to feel or how they should feel or what the expectations of doing those things are, so it's not a pass-fail for them. They actually can integrate it and know what's good for their body in that right as well. Mm-hmm. And it's just huge eye-opening for understanding food and how it's affecting each person individually, without expecting that the science says that if I do this one thing, that your body should be doing this thing. Nutrition is still very confusing in that right.